This is a guide on how to welcome to a brand new guide on how to play APWARS, which today is May 7th of 2021, and APWARS at the moment is probably one of the most interesting and rewarding games that you can find on the Cryptoverse. And it runs on the Binance Smart Chain. So if you're a follower and if you come here, you'll probably use this guide in order to better understand how you can play, how you can define your strategy, and how you can actually earn some war gold and eventually some other currency that you might want to translate that to. So first step is to understand how it actually works. AppWars team has a guide out that you can use, which is this guide that you're seeing here. The general disclaimer, I am not part of the team, so I'm doing this to help everyone out understand how this project, which I believe will will be a game changer in the Binance Smart Chain Cryptoverse, how this game can actually be of use to you and how you can actually have a lot of fun, interact with the community, and well, earn some war gold. So this game bases itself on a lot of old school games like Golden Axe, like many other arcade games that we have had before, and even some card games. You also have Magic the Gathering or World of Warcraft. So jumping into your options now and cutting to the chase to make it as small as it can be. First thing is you might want to go to the farm's website. Well, most of the magic will happen there. So when you're here, I recommend using MetaMask as the one that has less problems interacting with the game. So I've already connected my test MetaMask that you can use, that I can use just to show you guys how it works. Here, total value locked has been quite stable, about 5 million over the last couple of weeks. Note that this project is 1 month old. Or in this case, 1 month young, and the team has been producing a lot. They have been delivering pretty much everything, and this is a war week, so we're expecting for a very nice battle to take place. So we're already at the step 7, so we're at the beginning of step 7. Still, if you want to jump in, you still have time. You can. The beauty of this is that you can jump in at any time, actually, and just have to wait for the wars to take place and be willing to win several millions or thousands, depending on the ratio that you have on your troops, of war gold or war courage. More in that in a few seconds now. So first step is understanding your options. First option, higher risk but higher rewards, like everything else in the Cryptoverse. You will buy gold, provide liquidity, and then use that gold to stake it on your gold mine. Then with that gold, you will basically decide on which faction you want. Either you want the corporation or humans, or the degenerate, the orcs. From here, you'll be moving on to the store, where you can buy some pretty cool NFTs that will save you some gold in the further steps. So option number 1 is high risk, high reward, because the APR is really high at the moment. Option number 2 is you provide liquidity on some stable coins that you can find down here. You can provide liquidity. As you can see, the APR is still good, over 170%. One general notion that you need to have is that if you want to use this pool, please use it for more than a week, because otherwise it will be hard to get the investment back. Of course, judging for the current price of war gold, of course, not judging by the possible increase that the war gold will have in price after the war because of the burning of the war gold. You'll have it here, because you have a 4% deposit fee. So you can approve the contract if you want. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use option number 1 for this video. Option number 3 is you go into Renegade Mode, that you just buy war gold, and with that war gold, you buy all the warriors that you want. You buy your NFT and go to war. So basically, you don't farm anything. You just buy, go to war. It's pretty much like sending troops to war is almost like a lottery. So the more tickets that you have, the more troops that you have, the more you will win. The good thing here is that you will always win. You will always earn either courage or gold. depending if you win or lose on the Battle of Supremacy, which is the first battle that takes place. Otherwise, anyways, so if you lose on the first battle, you will get War Courage, and then you'll be able to farm more gold with very high APRs. If you win, you will be eligible for the war against the forces of extreme darkness, which the team has really made a nice, because it's the war against the Fed that actually is capturing some of the war gold, and you will be able to get from hundreds to millions of war golds, depending on the troops that you send. Again, you always get in the percentage of your ratio of troops. So how do you do that? It's pretty much like the liquidity pool, how it works. So let's do that. So I'll approve the contract here, assuming that you never used this before. So I'll just approve the contract. I'll be staking on the war gold because I want to suffer less of impermanent loss due to the war gold versus BNB, because since this one is a stable coin, the impermanent loss or the risk of having impermanent loss is lower on the BUSD. But if you want to earn BNB, if war gold goes higher, then be sure to do that. You can go here, provide liquidity. If you don't have, well, step number one, actually, if you don't have war gold still, you can use your BUSD or any Binance Smart Chain token to buy gold, okay? So after you buy gold and make sure that you have it on your wallet, you will add liquidity. How do you do that? You select the pair that you want, and you'll get the liquidity token back. There are many videos on the web that can show you how to add liquidity. I'm just going to add a little bit of liquidity for the purpose of this video. So you approve, you pay the fee, dirt cheap fee, and then you supply the liquidity. Look here, if you supply a lot, so let's say that instead of supplying $19, I'm supplying 1,900. Okay, so it's really not that high, but and you get 0.5% of the pool. So you're also going to be earning liquidity pool fees from here. So if you want to be a little more bold, as you can see, look at the amount of share that you have here. So the amount of war gold and of course the amount of fees that you're going to be collecting is huge, depending on the money that you put in here. One of the good things of having a not such a big pool is that you can earn a lot when people are using it. And the team has made it grow from about 1,000 followers to already 15,000 players at the moment. So you just confirm, you'll receive liquidity pool tokens, pretty much like anything else, like Uniswap or you name it. The process is pretty much the same. Okay, it's done. So don't worry too much because your liquidity pool tokens will probably not show on your MetaMask because they are cake pools. Still, if they do, perfect. Here, it's here. So boom. If you don't have them, don't stress out too much. Everything is okay, and you will get that here. You will see them here. So when you, since you've already added liquidity, so you can see that I have this liquidity, and I can withdraw it at any moment in time. You go to the gold mine. Let's see where we're at. So we go to the gold mine. You approve the contract. Confirm. And you provide the liquidity that you want. Okay, I'm just going to supply everything. Confirm. Okay, it's done. I already see it on the back that I'm already earning some more gold. Boom. Okay, by the end of the video, we'll come back here and see how much war gold we've made in such a few minutes. And let's keep in mind that the total liquidity pool that I've put on here is very, very small. By the way, if you ever have any doubts, you can use this this LP calculator that you can use. You just put on your APWARS Master Chef, and it will automatically say how much money you have in the pool. Okay, which this is actually great. So you don't have to withdraw everything. You can always keep checking how good you are on this. In this, if you want to move along, so we have gold. Then what do you do with the gold? Well, you go into choose a side, you go into their store and you buy yourself a gold saver. I'm not going to do that at the moment because I have already in another wallet a lot of them, so I'm not going to be spending. So here you have gold savers that will save you gold. This case, these ones are a bit more expensive, and the TLDR here is that the gold savers, if you buy 10 of these, they won't add up. So you need to have one of each in order for them to compound. So if you want to have, this case, 35% plus 10, 45% of war gold saving, then you need to buy all 3 of them, and that requires a lot of gold. Still, this one is quite cheap, in my opinion. You can just go for that. You go to the barracks, and be careful here. Your burning rate is of 99%. If I would buy the war gold card, my burning rate of 10%, my burning rate would be of 90%. So 90% of the gold that I'm putting on here, in this case 99%, is going to be burned. Okay, so be careful with that, because you will not be able to withdraw the amount of war gold that you have staked here. Okay, be careful with that. So you buy war gold, you come here and you select barracks, you supply to the warriors that you want. It could be useful to have warriors on both sides, but you decide on what to do, either 50-50 or all in on one side, or 60-40. You decide what to do. Here again, they have the warning that be careful, it will be burned. So if you buy a war gold, again, of 10%, this will show up as 90% burning rate if you buy this gold saver. And you will basically approve the contract. I'll just use minimum amount of gold for you guys to see. So it's been approved. Okay. When you decide to stake, I'm just going to be staking 100. And then check that it says confirm and burn. So I'm going to be, since I didn't buy the NFT, I'm going to be burning 99 war gold. If I would have had the NFTs, it would show the amount of percentage that it would be burned. So I'm going to be burning 99 war gold and submitting to it. And you might ask, so why on earth am I doing this? Well, one is you play for the long run, because you see, war gold staked 1 because I supplied 100 and 99% were burned. So that means that I am only farming warriors with this amount of gold. And if I unstake, I will only unstake 1 war gold, okay? So you won't get your war gold back. So why would you do that? It's like throwing money away. Well, not really, because here, instead of buying for the war, and again, this is option number 1, instead of buying for the war, you're farming to infinity. So as long as the game is taking place, you will always be farming, and you will always be able to take place in all of the battles and all of the wars. So that's the advantage here. And then you'll get warriors back that you can use to stake them to battle. So we're here now. Step number 4, armory. You go to the armory. These guys are more powerful than the previous one, as you might have guessed. You just do the same. Actually, it's quite simple, straightforward. You will approve the contract. Again, I'm not going to do that because don't need to be burning any more gold. It's really straightforward, quite easy, the same as before. And you can farm using war golds, okay? Only the ones that are using war golds to farm either these guys, so the bowman and the warrior, or the armored grunt, or in this case, the war pike orc. Okay. Again, the war gold will save you the burning rate of any of the factions. Okay. So if you buy 1 card of only 100, and if you decide to supply to the 4 of them, so you want to have humans and orcs, you will already be saving a lot of war gold if you buy only one NFT. These NFTs are yours for keeping, and you will be able, if these run out and if more people buy in, again, this is only 1 month old, so I'm guessing this one is going to be over soon. You can resell them, so you might want to buy 1, 2, or 3. It's only going to be worth 10% saving, but then in the end, for an investment, you might be able to sell it yourself on the black market of the game. This is the store of the game, and then you're going to have a black market when you can directly sell your NFTs. Then we're here, step number 5 now. What do you want to do first? You can go into Arcane Library. These guys are really, really strong. You can check on the docs. And these guys, each of these fellows here on the Arcane Library, each of these is able to improve the number of troops by 0.1%. So what does that mean? That means that if you have 100 of these fellows, it means that you will have double the troops. Okay, so that's basically a little bit of math, and you'll get to that. So if you have 100 of these, you'll increase the troops forces of about 10%. So if you farm 1,000 of these, you will get 100% more of troops to your battle. So they have a power of multiplying themselves. Still, how can you farm these guys? Again, you have burning rates, and now the gold saver won't do you much. What can you do? Simple. You will stake your tier 2 armory in here, and you can either decide to burn them. That's why you have an improvement factor over them. So this guy is going to give you 0.1% of improvement factor. So each sorcerer or wizard that you have in your battle will give you 0.1%. Again, having 100 of these is going to give you 10% more soldiers. Having 1,000 of these is going to give you twice as much of the army. Again, for this one. So you will then provide liquidity for these guys. So you come here, trade, liquidity. You decide to add liquidity. You just change them for the warriors that you want. Just gonna double check their names. Crossbowman and armored warrior. Crossbowman and armored warrior. You will probably have had them, so you have farmed them already from the previous liquidity pools, and you will get them. You will get the liquidity pool token that you can just stake pretty much like you did before. So how can you do this? Well, plain and simple. You will get, when you supply, of course I don't have it here, but when you supply, you're going to have your LPs, and your LPs can be there provided to this liquidity pool. And then you might ask, hey, Finity, why on earth are you considering this? Why am I going to burn them? Well, you don't have to, actually. So the team has really thought out about this well, and you have some troop savers that you can basically save 100% of your troops if you buy these. So this is 3,000 gold for 60%, and then half and half, right? So, but if you add them together, 60 plus 30 plus 10, it's equivalent to 100%. So if you buy all of them, and that would require 5,800 gold, which is not much in fiat at the moment, because war gold is quite cheap, but I'm expecting it to actually at least 10x from now. You will have an ability to actually farm these guys. And then you might ask, hey, why on earth am I farming these if the APR is so small? Okay, good point. That's why they've included an option, which is, well, you can just basically buy gold, buy troops, and then go to war. So don't add on your confusion. Just go straight with it. How do you do that? You can basically come here and swap it. Let's see. Okay, so if you want to check the balance, so 65 war golds is going to be worth one wizard of orcs. Well, it's quite nice and easy and simple, and you can just basically buy your troops and go to war when it's war week. How can you do this? How can you do this? My suggestion actually is you go to the gold mine, you provide liquidity to one of the pools, you stake here for 2 weeks, you get war gold back, and then before the war, you buy your soldiers. Just be careful because, of course, everyone and a lot of people are going to be doing this. A lot of players are going to be doing this. So reinforcing their armies with more gold that they've earned. So be careful because before the war, the warriors are certainly going to increase in price. And how can you check that, you might ask? Well, if you go in here that you see that this is the amount of war gold, so 4.8 million war gold that's going to be provided, and you can check my troops and the global troops, and of course their price. So if you want to buy these smaller guys that have strength and defense of 5 and 1, you pay almost 2 war golds. And if you want to have these guys which have more strength to boost your army, you're paying 14. And here you're paying a lot more. So why are these guys more expensive? Well, it depends on the amount of people who have already bought them. And of course, it depends on the liquidity. So the more scarce they are, the higher the price. Makes sense, right? Because if you want to jump into the winning faction, well, you have to pay more. So again, a good strategy on them. Now, and we're already here. So you've decided to save the troops that you wanted, or you didn't want to farm, never mind. So you can just basically come here, you buy. If you want, you can buy one of these 2 NFTs that you can go here into the collection. This is a fantastic game, really. They have everything thought out. Really, it's really, really awesome. So you can buy these guys if you want. So Elixir, and if you press on them, you'll see, so if you just click on the item, you'll see an explanation, and basically it saves the amount of percentage that it states of your troops in battle. So it's like a magic potion that you give to your troops, and 10%, 15%, or 20% of your troops will be saved in battle. And again, these are cumulative in the sense that you can add the 10 with the 15 with the 20, but you cannot add 3 times 10. Okay, so if you want to save more, you need to buy them all. It really depends on the strategy that you want to put in. Of course, bigger players or players with deeper pockets are going to be jumping into this. You might want to, you might not want to. So that's why I think that the team really worked well, because they do have a really nice low barrier of entry for the war gold for the 10%. And well, if you want 5% more to add, in this case 15%, to add to this 10%, you're paying 10 times this amount. So yes, deep pocket players do have could have a little bit of advantage, but still, if you're just in it for the fun and for the game, and if you're a usual day-to-day gamer, don't have deep pockets, you just want to have fun, you can still do that. Okay, this is really dirt cheap, and you can save a lot of your troops by buying these items. Oh, and of course, you can buy the Arcane's book. This little guy is going to save about 25% of your wizards, either human or orc wizards. So the Arcane level tier 3 wizards. So, and that's basically it. Then you will wait for the war. They will announce, so the team will announce the battle contract. You will have 3 days to stake your troops, and you stake how many and who many you want. Either orcs, humans, both. Okay? Please note that winners and losers here do not make, so this faction won't be the loser faction, this one will be the winner faction. So they will fight, and one of them, this is what this arrow means, is going to come out. The winners are going to battle against the forces of extreme darkness, the Feds. Again, great design on them. Everyone is talking these days about the Fed and them printing money, and this is actually what the Fed is going to give to you. You're probably going to get at least tens, hundreds of gold. You might get thousands or millions, depending on the amount of troops that you stake on the war contract and the percentage of your troops. So let's say that you have 1 million troops on there, and for the ease of the numbers, you can go to war stats, and you have 5 million gold on the war against the Fed. So if 1 million soldiers, that means that dividing everything, you're going to get 5 war gold per soldier. And instead of getting your soldiers back, because some of them do die in battle, you're going to get war gold in battle. So you're going to get 5 war gold per each soldier. And then you might think, well, it really won't, it might not help much. No, it will, because you're going to also be getting the probably 1 million is about too much, I might say. But so let's say that you have 100,000 soldiers in the game. It might ease up a bit. So you're going to be getting 50 war gold for each soldier that you sent into battle. So if you farmed, so not buying them, but if you farm them, or if you buy them using the war gold that you made by farming, which is basically not money that you put in there, right? So the money that you collect when you farm, is free money, but it's game money, okay? Don't forget about that. This is game money. So your liquidity pools are still safe. Your investment is still safe in your liquidity pools, and you're going to be getting free war gold that you can use to farm free warriors, basically. Okay, these are free warriors that the project is giving to you so you can apply. So you're basically supplying liquidity to get a ticket, which translates into warriors that are going to be fighting a war. And then you get 50, to this example, you get 50 war gold per player that you per soldier that you sent into battle. So imagine that you got 1,000 warriors into that. You're going to get 50,000 war gold. Well, 50,000 war gold, and if you're a small player, it's good amount of money that you can then use to buy more soldiers and farm more gold if you want, or well, you can cash out if you want. I wouldn't recommend that, but you can do that. So one thing to keep in mind, and the last thing, is that you will also get courage. Because why do you get courage? Well, because courage, for 2 reasons actually. Courage is going to be used for extra farming that you're going to be farming with high APR. So this is an incentive for people to go to war, an extra incentive for people to go to war. Only the ones who go to war will get courage back, and they will be able to stake courage and provide courage to farm more gold with very high APRs. You will also be getting legendary NFTs that will make up for the battles that you've won and lost, and some for the celebration festival here that you can see that they have these root beer mugs that you can use, or some bags of money, or some mushrooms that you want to, magic mushrooms that you want to use. So the TLDR here is, well, go ahead, test out a strategy, define your strategy, play with the game. If you don't want to buy gold, farm gold using stable coins. Of course, you'll get less. If you don't want anything, you just want to have fun, you just go to option 3, you buy gold, buy the troops that you want, send them to war. You can buy some very cool NFTs. Well, the possibilities are endless. To my opinion, it would be preferable to farm war gold using buying So with here the option 1 by buying gold, but you decide what to do. You decide how much money you want to put in, if you want to any at all. This is a very interesting game. The team is pretty solid. They reply to pretty much all the questions. They have already done some Ask Me Anythings. They have done some airdrops of War Gold for the community. I totally recommend them. That's pretty much all. If you want to check out, they have everything here on their docs and their GitHub. You can check their contracts. You can check everything, actually, on the war. You can follow them on Telegram, Twitter, and Medium. Pretty interesting articles there that they have on there. Please go ahead and follow them. Check it out. If you don't want to risk too much, just put $50 in there. It's really not much. This is their repository where you can actually check their smart contracts. The initial code has been audited. So the initial code of the liquidity pools has been audited by audit. The remainder, since it's so recent, they have not been audited still, but no worries on that. You can also use CoinMarketCap. Check APWARS if you want. They're already listed on there. And that's it. Hope you like the explanation. You can see the price evolution. Okay, gaining 6% today. It was already higher, but it does make sense, right? So if people get free money, what do you get when you get free money? You spend it, right? So in crypto world, spending money means converting that to anything else, to other crypto. So that's what people are probably doing. One thing that I should really, if you made it this far, this is our TLDR, and this is something that you might want to look into. This is just fantastic, guys. Really, this is just fantastic. So you have the contract address. You can check everything on the Binance Smart Chain. Scan. These guys have the amount of gold, which is about 10 times the amount of BTC, and they have something that looks like a BTC emission rate. So 8% is being reduced per week. So this is basically driving up the war gold price. Why? Well, because less gold is being emitted. You do have a lot of burn from the mines. So when you're staking to farm everything, you're going to be burning them. And you can see here on the main page that some of it has already been burned. Okay, so it's about 20% of the total minted war gold has already been burned, and the money that is not being given back to the community, so the war gold that is not being given back to the community, will be burned as well. So the amount of money that the Fed is not sharing will be burned as well. I strongly advise you to read documentations. These documents really do have a lot of information. Read their Medium. You can check that on their Medium here, perhaps. Medium AppWars. A lot of information is available. Also, one of the reasons here, you have this pretty good summary of why you can use War Gold. So it's fair launched. It has a deflationary tokenomics, what you can see here, because, well, so let's see, this is the weekly emissions, and this is the week burn, just to make sure that these guys were really conservative here, okay? So you have, this would be the burn, and keep in mind that they have underestimated everything, because as you already saw, 20% of the totally minted war gold has already been burned. So this is a huge leap on what they originally predicted. So kudos to them, kudos to the team. I'm playing a lot, I'm having a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoy it well, and as promised, we're going to be coming here to the farm. So with only 1,000 war gold, in these few minutes, I've already made 1 almost 1 war gold back. So make money while you sleep, then use that money to anything that you want. You can either sell it, of course, that will push the token price down. You can decide to play the game. You can buy warriors, you can farm warriors, you can buy NFTs, and you can go to war and basically earn as much as 5 million war gold at the moment and counting. This is me, well, over and out. Hope you liked it, and be sure to subscribe to their Twitter and to APWARS Medium and Telegram.